Okay, so you want to do semen retention, but you always fear that you're gonna go and just have a release in the future, right? You might have that fear within you. Now, let me tell you how to just completely remove that fear and really show you on how you can actually never even relapse again. Okay, me, I'm someone that wants to wait. That want to wait until marriage, right? So I'm not, watching porn. I'm not masturbating. I'm not having casual sex. None of that, right? Because of my religious beliefs, right? Now, the thing is, we have this belief, and I know especially religious people also have this belief that if you don't get a release, you'll eventually have that release, right? Meaning that it will just be forced upon you up until the point where just you have the release. But that's just false, okay? Because of course, like the porn industry has been telling you that so that you can go and watch their videos and they make money that way. Because how does the porn industry make money? By you being on the platform. I mean, by you watching those ads that they get paid for, or by you buying their subscriptions, right? But I like this, okay? The overall way that semen works is very important to understand if you want to understand how to just master semen retention, basically, and not even make it something that you want to be scared of, in the sense of, oh, am I gonna fail, am I not gonna fail? Okay, give me a second, I'm just trying to end this ventilation system. So the thing is, you can completely remove the release. Okay, you can completely remove. I mean, humans have been doing that for years, right? You can completely remove that. Now, obviously, that's not my goal. That's not your goal, right? I want to do it once I get married. So, how do you do it on once whatever you want to achieve, whether it's get married or once you're in a relationship, whatever. What you want to understand, okay, is that the fear that you have of I need to get a release is irrational, because the body has something called natural emissions, meaning like wet dreams, okay? The body naturally expels semen, meaning that it has the release on its own. Not even with, you don't even need masturbation or sex, and it has the release on its own. It expels the semen inside of your body. On top of that, if natural emissions, are not there for some reasons, or maybe, whatever, like they're still there, but you have like that extra semen, the body reabsorbs the semen. And both of these processes literally have no negative side effects. You can search this up right on the internet. It's literally natural self-cleansing mechanism you have within you, meaning that you don't need a release because the body does the release itself. The body does it itself. The reason why we just want to always get a release is not because we're forced to have a release, but because we sometimes attach so much value to lust and the act of having a release, and we have so many false beliefs around it that we kind of almost feel forced to have that release. It creates what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. Obviously, if you think that if you don't have a release, then your genitals will like you'll lose testosterone, and that you'll lose on top of that your masculinity, and that you'll eventually burst, and that it's gonna kill your body, and that you're gonna get prostate cancer, then obviously you're gonna feel like you want to release. That's normal. If you believe that a release is like the most magical thing on earth, it's euphoria for you. It's like, it's like you're reproducing with thousands of women. If you believe that, then obviously, I mean, the act of having an orgasm is so high. The act of having a release is so high, right? I talk about this in my book in depth, right? And what you need to understand is that all of these are irrational, okay? You're having that release. What is a release? It's ejaculation of sperm, right? You're doing it to yourself. So there cannot be any benefits such as reproduction, right? Or satisfying another partner, right? All of the benefits are created within you and your mind. Obviously, if you think that you're going to feel more masculine whilst you're, stimulating yourself and trying to ejaculate, then obviously, I mean, you're going to feel masculine whilst doing it because you believe it. Okay? That's the thing with placebos. It's all a pure placebo. Okay? If you think prostate cancer, for example, you're going to get prostate cancer if you don't masturbate. Well, just look at, there's a study done in 2016. Okay? And I talk about this in my book as well. The study done in 2016 where they showed no sign of connection between prostate cancer and masturbation and having a release. What actually impacted prostate cancer, based on the study, is exercise and having a good diet. Okay, and then we have other beliefs, and these are all things I cover in my book in depth, which might launch soon actually. But we have things like, if if I don't ejaculate, I'm just gonna have so much sexual tension, I'm gonna burst out. But you know, the sexual tension in reality is all within you, okay? Just think about it, okay? In the past, you've probably been like feeling so much sexual tension because you were fantasizing about having sex, probably. And then you were like, oh, I need to get a release, right? That was your belief, right? But if someone walked up on you, or if you had to do something else that was more important, or if a family member came in and talked to you, now boom, that sexual tension completely disappears. Because the sexual tension is not tangible. It's not like, oh, you have this tension physically, like on your chest, for example, and that it's always going to be there no matter what happens. The sexual tension disappears the moment you stop thinking about it, because it is purely in the mind. It's nothing physical. It's purely just tension that you create in your mind, and that then you create these effects in your body. But because these effects were created by your mind to your body, the moment you stop thinking about them, the tension disappears, okay? That's what happens, okay? Because if you're thinking about, for example, a stressful scenario like for hours, and then someone walks up on you and then tells you, oh, you need to go to work, or you need to go and play that sport. Now the stress will kind of disappear because your mind is being focused away on something else, okay? And that's what happens. Sexual tension is not actually sexual tension that is forced upon you. It's something that we create ourselves and then we get rid of ourselves. And even if we, whatever happens, we fantasize for 2 hours, we don't even need to get a release, because we are always choosing, okay? And what you guys need to understand is, at the end of the day, okay, I'm talking about all of these like semen retention stuff, but to be honest, I don't even believe in all of this semen retention. Like, I believe it's going to help you get to a point in your life that it's going to be, like, you know, it's going to be very beneficial for you. Because if you really desire to be with the opposite sex, and you actually have the desire, right, like a burning deep desire, and you haven't achieved it, and you believe you can achieve it, then trust me, you're gonna do anything. I mean, you're gonna go to the gym, you're gonna go hard, you're gonna 10x on your diet, you're gonna 10x on your business or whatever projects, you're gonna 10x on everything, okay? Maybe you're gonna get closer to God, which is beautiful. Maybe you're gonna, you know, go and at the gym and just push yourself. Maybe you're gonna go and talk to more people, more women, whatever, right? You're gonna upgrade your social skills, you're gonna build new projects, right? And that's what people say is the sexual energy transmutation. But the reality is just like you have such a strong desire that you're willing to do anything to achieve it. And that's what is beautiful about it, okay? And that's why I think semen retention is just like something that if you're not married, you should do. I mean, like, it's not that you should do, but I think it's beneficial for you. And obviously aligns with religious practices. So that's the thing, guys, okay? You don't need to worry about like, oh, am I going to get a release? I know I haven't had a release in 6 months. Look, I was 17 up until 18 when I tried like no fap stuff, right? I did 1 year where I didn't listen to any of these no fap advice, any of these semen retention advice. I wasn't even on YouTube. I was like on a big dopamine detox. I was 1 year without porn, without masturbation, without anything. Lust disappeared. 1 year, almost 400 days. And look, I mean, the moment I went back to porn for some reasons, which, you know, I explained in other videos, the moment I decided to go back to porn masturbating, my genitals were working perfectly. They were even better than they were used to be, okay? They were better. And I realized also one of the big impacts is more so like your health overall, not just like your freaking, you know, you jerking off, okay? That's going to impact your genitals though. Look, like my testosterone was still there, my skin was still there, you know, my sperm was still there, everything was still there, right? My alpha was still there. So it's not something you need to worry about. I mean, you can go 10 years. We're not counting any days there though, okay? We're just, you know, living life until we get married, and that's how it is, right? And it's beautiful because you're able to just constantly be driven and hungry every day. You're more aligned with God. You're more confident that you're going to achieve your goals, and just feel overall better every single day. You don't feel in that low state, you just feel better. And that's what's beautiful about it, and that's what made me quit. So anyways, this is Samir, and if you want to get coached by me one-on-one, then just click the first link down below in the description. See you guys.